Welcome back to Noseball. Today we're going over the top 100 NBA 2k26 overalls. And before we get to it, obviously it really doesn't matter that much because 2K adjusts overalls throughout the year, and obviously 2K isn't perfect, but they are, one of a kind slash unique because we don't have any other basketball games. So obviously, they're going to get their criticism, but when they get their W's, we will, tell them. But I have, seen a couple headlines. I haven't really looked into the list when I'm like, oh, this person's over that, that's over that, whatever, things like that, because I wanted to save it for a video. Um, but I am aware of the amount of like 90 overalls. I know that there's, I think, at least 20. And I think like 10 years ago there was only like 8 or something like that. So we can get there when we get there. Um, but yeah, remember to subscribe. Also, go down in the description below. Follow all my socials and other channels that'll be down there. And let's get to the 2K overalls. So we've got top 100 to 71. This is just how I'm going to do it. This is the easiest way to do it because the top 10 I think was put out this morning. Um, you guys could, go follow the Instagram right here, KB Knows Ball. And if you really want to, you can follow my personal right here. But anyways, let's get back to it because I just kind of completely got rid of it. But here we go. Um, so 100 through 91. Bobby Portis. You're telling me that there are 181 or more overalls. So that means pretty much there's 30 teams. Almost every starter in the league is an 80. I know there are some starters that aren't, but I'm saying if you average it out, just saying, we're not gonna, but like there are certain players that could be higher, could be lower, you know what I'm saying? So, Bobby Portis, Shaden Sharp, Aaron Neesmith, Alex Sarr, Jalen Johnson, Nemhard, Quickly, Okongwu, Paul George, and Josh Hart. Immediately, the three that come to mind that could be higher: Jalen Johnson, Andrew Nemhard, Josh Hart. Um, I think a Kongwu could be like a 79, 80. Same with Quickly. Um, Neesmith maybe as well. Shane Sharp could probably be a like one or two higher as well, but um, I would say those three should probably be a little higher. 90 through 81, we got Draymond, Anthony Simon, CJ, DeJounte Murray, Drew Holiday, Herb Jones, Lou Dort, Walker Kessler, Tumani Kamara, and Jade McDaniels. I will say, I don't really think people understand that 2K overalls are like, right? Like, if you can do more, like, I don't know, if you have a wider range of game, if that makes sense, like, if you're a really good defense and offense player, or if you're just a good defensive player, in most cases, the person that can do more will be rated. 2K's not saying Draymond Green is better than Josh Hart, even though I mean Josh Hart's better than Draymond Green, obviously. But I guess the elite defense, passing, things like that. Even though Josh Hart's a good defender and passer, rebounder, things like that. But like, I don't know. Like to me, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but like, and I'm sure if there are people that are injured, like Jalen Johnson was hurt, so I didn't see a huge sample size of him yet. So, but he's been in the league for a few years, so I don't know how they do it, but that's how I would think about it, I guess. Lou Dort could probably be a little higher. I think Drew could be a little higher, even though he wasn't as good. Um, yeah. Other than that, I think that 9381 is not too bad. Hartenstein, Cooper Flag, Trey Murphy, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Duran, Vucevic, Nasri, Denny Adia, Brandon Miller, and Aaron Gordon. So maybe at the end of this video we'll go through the top whatever, like they do the top 10 ball handler, the top 10, things like that. I mean, I don't know. Cooper Flag, I've always said that if you are an elite rookie like Cooper Flag or Wemby, then your max overall should be 80 and nobody else should be above 80. 82 for Cooper, like Cooper Flag hasn't played a second of NBA basketball yet, and he's better than Lou Dort. He's better than Jaden McDaniels. He's better than Josh Hart, Andrew Nemhard. I don't know. Like, there's no rush to give these guys high overalls, is my point. Like, um, I mean, I think Trey Murphy disrespect a little bit. Trey Murphy's a 20-point scorer. Jalen Suggs, I'm surprised isn't a little higher. But again, I would assume it's similar to like a Jalen Johnson thing where like he's been hurt recently the past couple of years. But yeah, look at the first comment. So Cooper Flag is better than Jalen Johnson without even having to prove himself. Yeah, that's exactly my point. Um, I don't have too many gripes with that either, though. Um, Next we've got. How do I find it? What's next? Oh, right here. 70 through 61. So we got John Collins, Josh Giddey, R.J. Barrett, Michael Porter Jr., Stephon Castle, Kobe White, Dyson Daniels, Cam Johnson, Miles Turner, and Jalen Green. I'm surprised Giddy's not a little higher, just because again of what I said. With like he can do a lot of things. I think a lot of these players are gonna have this low overall, but like John Collins, I would expect him to jump. Josh Giddey would probably jump. Castle's gonna jump. Dyson Daniels gonna jump. Kobe White, Jalen Green. I assume a lot of those guys would be jumping very quickly. Um, but yeah, Jalen Green 83. I mean, I feel like Jalen Green's been like an 86, 87 the past few 2Ks. I mean, Westbrook, yeah, Westbrook's not a top 100 player. How is Scotty? Okay, well, we've got another slide, that's why. Desmond Bain, Jared Allen, Norman Powell, Rudy Gobert, Bridges, Ingram, Markkanen, Porzingis, Anunoby, and Scotty Barnes. See, now this, like Rudy Gobert, 84, man, probably have him around like where Nas Reed was, like right, like an 81. I think when you talk about, even though they are completely different players and they're actually on the same team, I think they're around the same similar types of players. Um, Ingram and Markkanen didn't see a whole lot of last year, just because the Jazz were bad and didn't use Markkanen a lot. Ingram had the longest sprained ankle of all time. Scotty Barnes, 85. It'll jump. It'll jump. It'll jump. Jared Allen at 84 is kind of wild. I don't think that's really that wild. I think Jared Allen, I've said it before, is the best, like, straight up traditional type of center in the league. Where, like, your shot blocking, high flying, doesn't really shoot center. I think Jared Allen is probably one of the best ones in the league. Jalen Green too high. So Jordan Poole on 70s again this season. No, I would assume Jordan Poole is like a 79 or 80 overall. DeRozan, Austin Reeves, De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, Randall, Wagner, Murray, Maxi Hero, and Amen Thompson. Wow. First of all, I'm surprised we didn't see a Sar Thompson. I can't believe he's not a top 100 player. I always said that the gap between Amen and Asar, not as big as people think. Amen gets all the love because he was on the Rockets or the 2 seed, which I don't get because the Pistons had an amazing season either, but like he was coming back from blood clots and injuries from his rookie year. The gap's not that different. I think Amen is better for sure, but the gap is not as big as people think. As much as people should think. De'Aaron Fox, surprise, is only an 85. Levine, I guess that's about right. If I skip over you, that means I have no comment. You're probably around that. Um, Randall, okay. Franz, they could probably both be at least one higher. Murray, sure. Maxi, to me, I thought 89. Like, I thought Maxi was gonna be one of those like 88, 89, like top 25 players, not 43. How how is Tyrese Maxey and Tyler Hero on the same level? Tyler Hero, I mean, maybe like 84, 85. Maxey should be like an 88. And then a men 87. I guess that's fine. 40 through 31, we've got Jimmy, we've got um, Derek White, Zubac, Zion, Garland, LaMelo, Sengun, Sabonis, Lillard, and Holmgren. See, a lot of these players, no, I guess not a lot. Some of these players here are very one dimensional. You know, Garland, LaMelo, Lillard, like kind of one dimensional. Like I was saying again, I don't know if that's how 2K does things, but um, Jimmy Butler, Derek White. I don't think Jimmy Butler is 87. I think him and Derek White maybe like 85. Zubac. He was a good player. I guess that's not too bad. Although I guess if you're talking traditional centers, Zubac is probably the best in the league now. After the season he had, um, Zion. Um, see, like, how you gonna do the injury thing to like Jalen Johnson to whoever else, but not really to Zion? I don't know. I don't get it. Lamelo. I get there's not too many bad things. Again, these are all gonna change, so I'm not gonna make a big deal over it. But like, I don't know. It's crazy to see Damian Lillard not a 90 overall. I will say, 30 through 21. So Bam, I'm surprised they have Bam at that high of an overall. I think Bam's a great player, but he didn't have the greatest season last year. Jaren Harden. See, Harden had a really good year. I'm surprised. Okay. Siakam. Okay. Mobley. Bencaro. I don't know how you say it. And this is where 2490 overalls. Um, yeah, I see what people are saying. Like, right, there's no way there's 2090 overs. No way there's 2090 overalls. But I guarantee you, if we put Kyrie Irving to an 88, we put Trey Young to an 88, Jalen Brown to an 88, those fans are going to be like, no way Jalen Brown's on a 9, no way Kyrie Irving's on a 9, and then make a big deal. So I really don't know. It's hard, again, ranking's the hardest thing. Um, and I'm sure it's even harder where a game like 2K, who gets criticized by 98% of their players. Um, but because, like, let's be honest, Caro stays healthy, he's going to be a 90. Mobley probably going to jump to a 90. Um, like some of these players are also going to jump by the end of the season. Like, I don't even know how many there were to end 2K25. I'm sure I could load it up right now and go look, but that's what people also have to understand. Because then, right, like, look, Kyrie is a 94. Kyrie is not a 94 overall. I do think Palo is a little. I think Palo should be a 90 overall for sure. Trey Young, Kyrie could maybe be like 89. Jalen Brown, 88, 89. But again, a lot of these guys are going to jump, so it doesn't matter too much. 20 through 11. So Booker, see, like, I'm surprised they have Ja as a 90 because he didn't have his best season last year. But I guess if he did, he was his normal overall was probably like a 92, 93. Cat, Embiid, again, the injury thing. If you're doing the injury thing for guys like Jalen John or whatever, why are you not doing it for Zion and Embiid? K92 Kawhi. I'm surprised they keep Kawhi as high as they do. Not that he's bad, but just like it's been so many seasons, right? Yeah, like look, Kawhi hooped for 3 months and gave this man 92. Halliburton, Brunson, Davis, and Mitchell. I think Anthony Davis gets very disrespected, and I really do. I know he, hasn't gotten a DPOY, which I think is insane to me that he's probably not going to end his career with one, but like, I don't know. All right, well, now we get to top 10, and I haven't seen anything except for Kevin Durant because he's the cover picture. So Kevin Durant, 93 overall. I'm kind of surprised by it, because he's still one of the best players in the league. That he's not like 94, 95. Um, wow. Vic 94. Vic's better than Kevin Durant. I mean, again, if they're going off what I said, where it's like Vic can do more things, like the shot blocking and his defense, obviously elite, then sure. But if we're talking about player to player, I don't know. Number 8, 94. Okay, you guys know who my favorite player is. I try and not be biased, but like there is not 7 players in the league better than Jason Tatum. And I'm thinking about some of them already, and I don't agree with it. Okay, well, the guys that are the same overall, I guess it doesn't matter. So like I do think right now Tatum is a better player than LeBron. Um just barely though. I think he's also better than. I think both those guys, LeBron and Tatum, are better than Curry, but again, they're the same overall, so it doesn't matter. I don't. Anthony Edwards, I think, is better than Curry, but not better. He's not better than Tatum and LeBron. Um, so I would put him at like 7, Curry at 8, LeBron at 6, Tatum at 5, I guess. Yeah. Like Tatum and Luca being the same overall would make sense. Um, oh, that was number 4. Okay, number 3, Giannis 97, Shea 98, and Jokic 98. They really don't give out 99s like that. I mean, obviously they'll get there, but like, I mean, eh. Again, who cares about the overall rankings? These are all gonna change. I think Giannis should be the same overall as these guys. I think you bump LeBron and Tatum up also to 95 if Anthony Edwards is a 95. Um yeah, okay. Now let's see some of the like I don't know, top 10 perimeter defenders in the league. Lou Dort, Dyson Daniels, Caruso, Amen, J-Dub, Herb Jones, Derek White, Jalen Suggs, Kamara, OG. I'm surprised the other Thompson twins not on here, but he just gets disrespected. That's fine. Don't worry, Osar. Yeah, every time I see a man, I should see a Sar. They are literally the same player. Correct, and I guarantee you those 12 replies are people denying it. Some people are saying Drew Holiday. Um, oh yeah, Jaden McDaniel. How do you have Herb Jones on here but not Jaden McDaniels? I mean, I think Herb Jones probably is a better defender, but like, I don't think Kawhi's a top 10 defender anymore. J Dub is. Um, Jimmy, no. I guess Drew and Jaden make sense, but who are you kicking off? That's the problem. People don't understand that you got to kick someone off. You're not kicking off the top 5. I don't think you kick off the top 6. I can understand if people don't think Derek White's a top 10 defender. Jalen Suggs, I think, is. Kamara and OG, I both think are. So, um, then we've got what else? Top 10 WNBA. We know we don't know a lot about the W, but we're gonna give some acknowledgement. I do want to do some video at some point where I go over and try and learn about the WNBA. At some point. Um, I mean, I know who Nafisa Collier is. I believe she was. I don't know if she went to UConn or not. Caitlin Clark 96. I'm just saying, where's Paige Becker? That's all I'm saying. I don't know how good she just had a insane, like the most efficient 40-point game ever last night, from when I'm recording this. Um, but she is a rookie, so I understand. Top 10 post control. Um, all they're all big men except for Siakam and Tatum, which I mean sort of makes sense. But like, how is Jokic not 99 post control, man? Giannis probably should have the second most post control if we're being honest. What else do we have? Driving dunk. This is something that I'm really so. Anthony Edwards, John Morant, Jalen Johnson. Okay. Sorry, something's in my eye. Amen Thompson, Shaden Sharp, Jalen Brown, Derek Jones, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, and Zion. Um, I mean, I think John Morant's the better dunker, so I would put John Morant one, but doesn't matter. It's one overall difference. Nobody's gonna know the difference between 97 and 96 when you're playing with them. Jalen Johnson being tied for second, I think. I mean, Jalen Johnson is a freak athlete. He's got some crazy posters and things like that. I just don't know if tied for second is where it would be. I mean, Amen, I think, yep, is on the same level. Shaden Sharp, I think, is on the same level. I think Shaden Sharp had the highest vertical dunk last year or something like that. I don't know. Did somebody say it? Sharp should be 99. Braun didn't miss a dunk all year. That is very true. Jalen Brown 94. Yeah, okay, I guess. Derek Jones, Levine, all high flyers for sure. Um, I think there are some question marks with that though. All right, here we go. We got a bunch more. All right, perfect. So top 10 block, Wemby, yep. Chet. I think Chet should be here, but I don't think as a player he really is yet. Robert Williams, when healthy, man, that is the truest thing I've ever seen. Klingon, okay. Walker Kessler, Adem Bona, Jonathan Isaac, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, Jay Huff. Some strange pulls from 2K. Okay. Yeah, Evan Mobley, Giannis, I'm surprised. Anthony Davis. I think they missed some players now. I mean, these guys are obviously all good shot blockers, but yeah, if we're saying top 10, it's like, I mean, obvious, like the obvious ones: Wemby, Holmgren, Walker, Kessler. I think those are like the obvious ones. Um, there are some definitely. It's hard to do because I don't have a list of people in front of me. I'm just looking at random names people in the comments are saying. So Steele, Matisse Thybulle, they're keeping him up there. I can't believe Dyson Daniels doesn't have a 99. Um, we got Caruso, Chris Dunn, Keon Ellis, Cason Wallace, Asar, Tari Eason, Pippen, and Shea. See, so like, how is Asar here, but not a Met? Like, that's just something I don't understand. All obviously great Steele people. I'm asleep on the Scottie Pippen Steele train. But it wasn't too bad. 3-point shot. Um, Hello, Ronnie. I don't know why you're talking really, but um, we got Curry, obviously, Durant, Clay. Um, why is it? Hold on, let me see if I can. Wait, okay, pause. Clay, I can't believe Clay's not a 95 still. Desmond Bain, Isaiah Joe, Levine, Grayson Allen, Kennard, Hauser, and Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards just made the most threes in the league last year, and I think was the best on pull-up threes in the league, and he's 10th. Okay. A lot of specialists up here like Hauser, Kennard, Allen. strange only having 290 overalls for 3-point shooting, but okay. Rookies, I'm surprised VJ isn't like a 77, 78. Con Knipple, okay. Trey Johnson. It's like, okay, first pick, second pick, third pick, fourth, fifth, I think sixth, seventh, eighth. Who was ninth, though? Or who was eighth, maybe. I don't know. But, like, those are, like, pretty much just the top 10 rookies. Top 10 speed with ball. Jamal Shed, okay. Jeremiah Fears. I mean, not a lot of complaints there. Again, I'm not too hip on the rookies yet between Fears and Shed. Oh, well, Shed was a rookie last year, but I mean, the top two makes sense to me. Top 10 ball handle. Now, some people look at this differently as like who's, kind of just who has the ball in their hands the most, or like who's literally able to cross you over, break your ankles, and do whatever. Obviously, Kyrie 99. As long as Kyrie Irving is in the league, he should never have below a 99. Greatest ball handler ever. Curry, Morant, Trey Young, Shea, Bronson, Harden, Luca, Booker, and Durant. The only one I don't really think is a top 10, but is still good, is Booker. I would 100% put Garland in the top 10. I would swap Booker for Garland. Garland's handle is so underrated, I think. Um, is it just those two that we have left? I think it is. So top 10 mid range. Jokic 98. I'm surprised not KD or Shea. But we got Irving, KD, Booker, Shea, Nemhard, Curry, DeRozan, McBride, and Middleton. Again, some just strange players to have in here. And maybe, again, I'm sleep on the Deuce McBride mid-range shot. But, like, DeRozan, Booker, Durant, Shea. Like, I feel like those are the guys who should be top 5 for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, DeRozan. Then what's last? We've got top 10. Nope, we just looked at top 10 3-point shot. Was that not up there? Oh, it was just Ronnie talking about it. Okay. Well, that's going to do it. Remember, go follow my Instagram, KB Knows Ball. But that was the top 100 2K overalls, and we looked at the top 10 for specialist stuff as well. Remember to subscribe. Also, like the video. Go check out the socials, including my Instagram that you just saw, and everything else will be down below. And thank you for watching.